What's going on, everybody? LK here, back at it again with another video, and today we're going to keep on going with the player spotlight for the World Tour Finals. This player was requested for a long time. We are going to talk about Wawa, who is from France, so I assume he's going to be very powerful at this World Tour Finals. So a lot of the other players we talked about so far, we generally talk about their whole team, but Wawa has a little bit of a different sauce compared to the other players. He's more about this shell, the Base Goku SSJ Goku shell. So for the purpose of this video though, I feel like when it's serious time, this is the go-to team though. This is the team he won Red Bull with in the finals against Kaz. But I've seen him play like other characters, like Gogeta has been an option. Not this, there you go. Team Gohan has been an option. Cell has been an option. There's been a bunch of characters. I picked Gogeta instead of Base Goku. That's crazy. There's been a bunch of characters I've seen him use along with Base Goku and SSJ Goku, but the overall theme has always been Base Goku, SSJ Goku. So let's just hop right into this. Okay, so again, like I just said, the special sauce is the shell, and it's about what the shell gives to him more than anything else. So you have a couple things to start with. To start though, let's talk about Adult Gohan. So Adult Gohan, not much to say about the character. Like we all know, he has his neutral is not the best, but he has good mix-up, good offense, and the first step is that this shell gives Adult Gohan really good offense and combo potential. So the first step, of course, being like SJ Goku gives you ground DR. Ground DR means universal fuzzy, but Base Goku also gives you ground DR, so he has 2 assists to give it. Most people only have 1 assist they give it to you. So for example, like my team, I have GT Goku, SSJ Goku. Only SSJ Goku gives it to me. Compromise being that Team Gohan can do it by himself, so it kind of balances out. Here he has 2 assists that give it to him, so no matter what, he can do like combo extension into assist, which kind of like the damage a little bit higher. On top of that, they both give really good mix-up in different ways. So it is Adult Gohan, so he doesn't need a ton of block stun. So standard block stun like SJ Goku's works really well, but Base Goku assist definitely adds some trickery. So between Adult Gohan, again, having like good mix-up opportunities, right? He's got like EX legs, he's got like low block stun move, not block stun, low or good frame advantage moves, I should say, into like assist. This assist has a lot of hit stun, almost as much as Yamcha's, and it's 1 hit. So it gives you a lot of flexibility with setups and just trickery in general. Now on top of that, you got to consider Wawa's combo ability is pretty high. So in this game, compared to other games, and this is like, let's say, a personal philosophy. Like, yeah, most good tournament players, like, they know, like, okay, these are the optimal combos. Like, people come up with new combos all the time, and you try them yourself, and you just kind of judge, like, when it's really go time. Am I gonna hit this, or am I gonna mess it up, right? The nice thing about Gohan is, like, he's really good at compromising his routes. Like, things that look advanced if you don't play him actually aren't that bad, but also Wawa is willing to go for like slightly more difficult combos than, like, say, Kazunoko, who won with Adult Gohan last year, but people famously called him Kazu no combo because he never went for hard combos. He just went for pretty much B&Bs the whole time. 2 very good players, just really different approaches. But in this game, it's really important to do a lot of damage, because every hit where you don't kill or set up like some type of guaranteed offense is a chance for them to swap and get that life back, and you have to get an additional hit to kill that character. So being good at combos definitely help. Now, on top of that, you have the reversal thing. So he's an example of a player in the finals who has 2 good reversals on his team, and both types. So he has like the frame 1 DP, and he has Base Goku. He's got it's not totally invincible. I actually think this is frame 1. I don't actually know offhand, but I'm pretty sure this one is like the frame for I can dice roll this in specific spots like after vanish and stuff like that. Another example, good example of this would be the kill stage, like DP and then like armor reversal tackle with Brody. So he has 2, so he can like really play a layered defense game that's kind of hard to deal with as opposed to like normal characters. Since Base Goku is out, I actually shouldn't have swapped him out. Since Base Goku is out, we should talk about him too, because he is a really important part of this team as well. So we already talked about like combo ability and like pressure, right, with adult Gohan, but you should also talk about it with Base Goku, because Base Goku, so not only does his assist give opportunities for unique stuff on his own, but he has a bunch of stuff. Like he has auto combo extensions that are really good. He has like pretty easy sparking confirms using easy and good sparking extensions. Can do most of the stuff that SSJ Goku can do. And if we're talking about offense specifically, he has a command grab. Okay, command grab. 20 frames. I do not think you can react to this. When his back's to the corner, he gets to toss you in the corner, gets a combo no meter. He can layer it in really interesting ways, especially if you're willing to use this slightly slower. It's 24, but slightly slower, but higher return one. EX grab. Also very good, 24. So at least a couple things. When you're blocking against him, especially if you're like an Arxis player, like if you play other Arxis games, you're really used to using like Faultless Defense in Guilty Gear or Barrier in Blaze Blue to like push the grappler away, or like using instant block to change their frame advantage and make it harder for them to like open you up because you could jump out sooner and stuff like that. In this game, you don't have those, so having a fast command grab is really scary, and the return is like really high if they catch you trying to do stuff. So it's quite scary, which also doubles as like if Base Goku is the last character, which definitely comes up, he has a chance of winning because he could really just hit you. Like you have to worry about poke throw at all times. Very threatening. Another thing that puts his team together really well, and we're going to be talking about the Shell of course, is how trivial it is for him to get Spirit Bomb. So when the character came out, we didn't, I think day one, the only Spirit Bomb confirmed was, I definitely did this wrong. The only Spirit Bomb confirmed was, I believe, like, you sit here and mash. I think this works. I think you have to charge it up more than once. Yeah, you have to charge it up. See, now I remember. There you go. You have to charge up to max. Like that. And then, see how many extra hits you get, and you should, there we go, get it. Okay. But we quickly found out that you could extend it, you could DHC and get this pretty easily. So for example, with Adult Gohan, just like any simple B&B, okay, into this, and then you do this right away, and it should connect just like that. So the threat level is actually pretty high, and he gets good Oki off this. So of course he doesn't like get standard high lows, but you gotta remember he has a command grab, and if he hits you, you're definitely dead. You have plenty of frame advantage to work with, and he has air options, so he could do a lot. He can do a lot here. Another thing to note too is that his neutral is also quite good. So not only do you have, like, he has all the standard Goku tools, right? So he's got Ki Blast, Multi-Ki Blast, Jump S, Beam, like he's got all the standard stuff. But he also has some tools that Goku does not have. I think primarily, so we're gonna go back to this actually. So the good thing about this is that it is a level above normal projectile. So it beats beams if you are not silly and you charge it first. Did I not throw it? Oh, whoops. Oh, pfft. Okay. There we go. So it's actually the same as a super. So let's bring out SSJ Goku. 1, 2. So this should clash just like that, right? So it's a projectile that's the same level as a super, and it tracks, so it's pretty good. Of course, you have to charge it up, but once he has it, it's like a big threat. He also has another really interesting tool that I like, is that he has this Ki Blast. Like, it's like pretty fast actually. The first one is pretty fast, 17. So like, you have to not be moving. It's one of those very common thread in Dragon Ball. Oh, once I see the animation, it already happened kind of thing. Because people get hit by this and be like, how did I get hit by it? It's 17 frames. That's how you got hit by it. You didn't see it. You saw him do it after it happened. So it's a good way to like not only keep people down, but if they're like jumping in certain spots, you could use it to kind of deal with that pretty well. Once you bring them down, you can mix them up right away with like elbow. You could try to sneak in a command grab. You could do a bunch of stuff with this. It's really flexible. The offense is pretty freeform. An old complaint people had about him is that, oh, his 2M's not as good. Like, it's -11, but like his 5M is the same frame that's like -5. So they kind of swapped some of the properties, but he shares a bunch of things with Super Saiyan Goku, but also has some of his own unique points. But overall, the team is a really well put together package. And a lot of people pointed at the shell as an example of, you don't need GT Goku to win, without actually looking at what Base Goku can do. Like, the offense is there and the damage is there. It does what that slot needs to do. Pretty much the same. It's just what the assist does, and like maybe like the total game plan and how much you think command grab is worth it versus how much you think high-lows are worth it. The last thing I want to talk about Base Goku, and this is a thing about him, Wawa specifically too, is that so of course when he came out, people thought this character was trash, and he definitely was, for lack of a better word, maybe incomplete, might be a good word. In season 2 though, this is an example of a character similar to Teen Gohan, who I talked about a couple days ago, where he just came up like over time, especially because Wawa was just playing him. Over time, eventually people understood like, hey, this character kind of has more stuff than we realize. And the only extra thing though is that people don't really play him, so this is definitely a little buff to a player. Like, when you have a character on your team that's good and people aren't used to fighting them, that is a big thing. I had this little buff when I played Trunks. Sonic relies on this too. Like, he played Hit at last year's World Tour Finals. He plays Zamasu at Evo last year. He's playing Base Vegeta now, who I think is a good character, but that character unfamiliarity definitely affects how people play you. A really good example is like of the other side is, say, Bardock, right? So Bardock, where's my good old buddy, my good old friend Bardock? I miss you, my boy. There he is. So Bardock, ran the game last year. People were saying he's the best character when season 2 dropped, right? But over time, you started actually hearing things like, I don't think Bardock's that good. He's really predictable. I think he's like mid-tier, actually. I beat every Bardock I play. Like, once in a while, you'd hear little inklings of that. And why? Because so many people, it's correct, so many people play Bardock that, especially like if you're not playing at high level, eventually you're just going to be like, this character, like, yeah, his buttons are good, yeah, he has Lariat, but like, I got this. Like, I'm used to this. I can deal with this. But Base Goku is like rare. He's not a common character at all. About as common as his color. His color's disgusting. What is his color? Okay, I got distracted. About as common. Like, he's really not common, so people are not prepared for a lot of stuff. Between, like, of course you can't react to this grab, but like, people aren't ready to fight Kaioken. People aren't ready to deal with this Ki Blast that I didn't aim. People aren't ready to deal with what happens when people call Base Goku in neutral and just like mix you up randomly. People aren't ready for these things. It's very hard to plan. I think having varied matchup experience is pretty important. And what I mean by that is not just playing against a character, but playing against many people, or at least a few people who play the character, so you can get a really good scope of how people like to generally make choices with the character. And even though he has Goku in the game, actually he's literally Goku, he doesn't play just like SSJ Goku. He has stuff that's unique to him. and this definitely helps out Wawa in the clutch. Overall, the shell is super strong, and when he has adult Gohan along with it too, it's like a hyper offense, good neutral, and actually surprising people don't talk about it, good defense, both from him as a player and the characters he has available. So let me know what you think about this. Leave any questions, comments, say whatever you want. Say he's overrated, say he's the god, say he's gonna win, whatever you want, put that in the comments. Like if you feel like it, and please subscribe. Please subscribe. Thank you to all the new subscribers we've been getting recently, and I'll see you next time. Peace out.